So this is my first response to Muldoons stage 1 transmission. I'm just leaving their parking lot right now. So far the shifts feel really firm and positive, and transmission isn't doing anything weird like it used to do. It really hated it when it was cold, so we'll get on the highway and see if we can do a pull, but right now I'm just going through the town of Newcastle. So far it feels amazing. I don't know how the valve body feels. I went with the sport one, so it's not as rough when you're towing and stuff, but so far the immediate difference in driving this compared to my old one is incredible. You know, it doesn't feel like I have to push as far down, and with my old one it was slipping anyway. So I've been driving for a couple of miles now, and it is so incredibly different. I don't know if my old transmission was that bad or this is just how a built one feels. This is the first built one that I've been in. But the transmission actually does exactly what it should do now. There's a couple things that I would never do with this transmission before, especially tuned. I'll get a video of a second gear to like a first gear kick down. I would never do that even with the stock one because it slipped. Even from a hole, like I wouldn't, like from a dead stop, I wouldn't rip on it either because it wasn't very happy about that. I know it's kind of hard to get this on camera, but the difference in it is night and day. So one of the things that I chose, this is the 550 horsepower transmission. I wanted a street valve body because I do tow with this, and you know, I am in my mid-30s and I'm not a kid anymore. I do want a transmission that isn't going to break your neck when it shifts. So one of the things that I picked from Muldoons was a street valve body. So it's still able to hold the same power levels as what like the race valve body would, but the shifts are a lot calmer and it doesn't break your neck. They are firm and they let you know that they're there, but it's completely tolerable. I highly recommend if you're over 30, not that 30's old, but I highly recommend the street valve body. Just, it's incredible so far. So one of the other things I also had an issue with was with my old one was going to into overdrive. It kind of just didn't want to do that. So one of the other issues I had was shuttle shifting with mine. If you know what shuttle shifting is, especially when you're real light on the pedal like I am right now, it doesn't know what gear it wants to be in. So as you can tell, I'm barely cruising. When I got this transmission, one of my concerns was the stall speed. I don't really know a whole lot about torque converters and transmissions. That's why I took it here. And one of my issues that I had was I was worried about the stall speed because Muldoons sets it to 2,000 RPMs, and I really don't know anything about that. I know from what I've read online that the factory stall speed on these are usually around 2,200. So I'm glad he went with 2,000. It is honestly amazing. The power is more usable, and the revs aren't hanging out clear to the moon anymore to just normal shift. I'll get a couple different views on this. Like I said, I'll do a second gear to first gear kick down. I'll do a rip from a complete start, and then I'll do a couple other pulls, random pulls, to show you how it is. But if anybody's in the market for a built transmission, 48 RE, or they also do 68 FEs, but for 48 RE, I could not be any happier. This is worth every penny. One of the issues that I had with my core was it was a little bit tiny more expensive than what I thought it was going to be, because there was a part in my core that was bad. It was something with the overdrive. I'll have to look at the receipt. And they also replaced the rear main seal, which, you know, I don't want that leaking anyway. So it was about $200 more than what I thought it was, but I can deal with that. I'm thrilled with it, and it was worth every penny so far. So a little update. I've been driving for about 2 hours now, and a couple things I've noticed. One, even on the current tune that I'm on, which is like my fuel economy one, it's a tow tune. Even with this transmission, it feels quicker. I also noticed for some reason it does smoke a little bit more. I guess maybe because it's actually putting the power down. noticed that it gets better gas mileage. I haven't exactly been easy on it. I've been in and out of like really heavy traffic, and I've been driving really heavy footed. And not only does the trip computer on the ceiling say that I'm getting better, but the actual gauge cluster looks like it's getting better. On the way down, I was going about the same speed, and it was really thirsty. So I guess the other transmission was a lot worse than I thought it was, but I might wrap this video up. Like I said, I'll throw in a couple clips of different speeds and kickdowns, and but like I said, I can't say enough good things about this transmission. So in 1,000 miles, I'll have to drain the fluid, change the filter, and adjust the bands. And then every year or 15,000 miles, they recommend changing it, but it comes with a 2-year unlimited mile warranty, so it's really hard to beat. So I'm going to do a couple pulls in the truck. Like I said, this isn't to show you how quick the truck is, because it is on a tune only, and right now it's only on a 70 horse. But the point of these couple clips are I want to see how it responds to certain kickdowns, because before, with the other transmission, I was scared to do certain things with it because it would slip and just overall just not be happy. So of course, this is all filmed in Mexico, so don't do anything stupid. Be responsible, sort of. Here's a 50 kickdown. Definitely pulls good. I'm going to slow down to a 25. Let's get this before. Okay. Here's a second to first kickdown. And we're going to do one last one. Essentially, this would be from a dead stop. I'm not brake boosting, so actually, hold on one second. All right, last pull with it. This is from a dead stop. I'm not brake boosting it. All right, so this pretty much wraps up this video. Like I said, this is my first impression of it. I would highly recommend them. I have 0 complaints. I thought it was really cool that I got to talk to the owner on the phone. You know, John, he's the one that's always on any videos that you see for Muldoons. The only thing I didn't like about the whole experience is, not with Muldoons exactly, but you don't find a lot of videos online. So I hope this, if you have any questions about if you're trying to get a transmission, I hope this kind of helps. If you have a stock 48RE, it's pretty terrible. The difference between this and my stock transmission is night and day. So if you have any questions, comments, anything, message below, and either me or my brother will get back to you. And like I said, it was worth the 3-hour drive to go to Muldoons, and it was worth every penny that I spent on this. Most of these clips are filmed at night, but I'm just now getting home, so it's the best that I can do. I mean, you're not going to see a video of the install. They did all that for me. They did a transmission line flush, which was good. You know, that gets out any old fluid or any debris that might be in the lines or the cooler. They did do a rear main for me, and like I said, my core had one broken part. And I'll throw that in the clip here in a minute whenever I get home. I'll show you the total of everything. But I can't complain, and I would highly recommend this for anybody that's got a Cummins. It changes the whole truck.